What is up, everyone? The 25th Genius here is back with another webtoon review. So I'm kind of going really down the list of classics, but it's a reason why I'm doing it. I feel like because we're entering a new decade, and basically it's time for a generation of webtoons to shine. I just don't really want to forget the older webtoons that are the reason why I'm doing this channel and the reason why the webtoon universe is the way it is today. No matter how much you like it or dislike it, a lot of webtoons that you have not read or that are really old and very classic are the reason why the webtoon platform has the way today. Korean manga has definitely helped webtoons and just webcomics in a way that really even Japanese manga haven't been able to do, and it's very respectable. So with that being said, I kind of tending towards these types of videos because I would like you to read the classics, the stuff that I read when I was growing up. With that being said, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about Girls of the Wild. This is a very classic one, and honestly it's probably one of my least favorites of the ones that I would generally talk about, and we're going to get into that in a second. So what is Girls of the Wild about? So it follows the story of a teenage kid by the name of Jaegu, and he's basically poor, and he works very hard to support his family. He got a scholarship to go into a school, a very prestigious school that is actually known for their martial arts prowess. Like, they're the top dog of kicking people's behinds. Top dog. Tier 0. But there's just one small detail in all of this. All the members of school are females. So Jaegu actually is a pioneer as the first male student to ever be accepted in an all-female high school. And of course, they all fall for him because, it's the infinite Stratos where, when you're the only guy in terms of all a bunch of girls, it doesn't matter if you look like it, the clown, you're a guy. Hey, it's something. So many of the girls generally fall for him, and basically this all sets up for a tournament. So there was a big tournament in which it would determine who is the best in the school. Now, one of my personal favorite characters, the Queen, actually is known as the Queen because she actually won this tournament twice in a row. So let me paint the picture of the Girls of the Wild tournament. These are full of girls who spent their whole lives training, who spent their whole lives developing their craft. They are pugnacious, they are destructive, they are very, very aggressive. And this Queen beats all of them 2 years in a row to retain her title as the Queen of this high school. So basically, the stakes are very high, and it's not an easy challenge to become the queen of this entire high school of fighting. But then, unfortunately, it goes away from that and becomes a love story. And that's probably why no one really likes it. So, I agree that if you're running out of material, it's better to just open with a new arc rather than just drag it along. However, the issue with the Girls of the Wild was that it was such a compelling story. The fact that you were that you were fighting, and these girls are very good at kicking people's behinds, that when you really just added a love element into it and just make it and just lessen the fighting aspect of it, I felt like it did lose a little bit of power. I would have loved for the author to have made like at least 3/4 of the entire webtoon series based on just the tournament alone. I feel like there was a lot to really flesh out in the tournament, because when you talk about a tournament, it's not just really about people fighting. It's about mentalities. It's about ideals. It's about other small little details such as that. So you could have capitalized on that. I get it that people were in love, and there had to be a lot of love octagons to be fixed before you can really move on progression with the plot. However, when you set up your plot for one thing and then you do completely another, it can tend for the webtoon to lose a little bit of its potency than if it would have kept with the same plot. With that being said, I still think it was an amazing webtoon to read, because you really got to see your main character as he went from, like, bam, he went from a very wimpy type of character to someone who was very strong and a very powerful person in who could protect the people that he really loved. What I really liked about Girls of the Wild, even though it was too long, the romance part of it was actually a really cool part. And the reason that it's a really cool part, because at the end of the day, it really shows another side of these girls that I feel like the beginning just could not portray. When you portray a bunch of girls in a high school as very pugnacious and rambunctious, it's really hard to think that they have such a romantic side within them. So having a romantic side within such a webtoon like this really just got us a chance to show these many sides and why that they are actually human. Relating material to human life, I feel like, is the strongest weapon that any creator has towards convincing people to basically read or absorb your content. So that's very, very, very good. The last thing really about Girls of the Wild that was really good was really the heart of it all. It's much like that shonen in which, like, you're not really rooting for the character because you know he's gonna win. You root for that character because he has a lot of heart, and he uses his heart and soul to generally do and get all the things that he's wanted to do in the past. Case in point, I really think that if you don't know about it, I definitely check it out. It is a very good webtoon, despite of all the negativities that I have made about it. Definitely a checkout, definitely a must read. It definitely helped gravitate. Sorry, it really helped gravitate the webtoons to where it is today. And that is my review of the Girls of the Wild. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Again, if you really like this video and what I do, make sure you leave that like and slap that subscribe button to be updated with more webtoon and whatever other content that I make. If you also like what I do, there's also a Discord that I will leave down in the description below. With that being said, I thank you so much for watching this video, and read more webtoons. See ya.